The Healing Social is a wellness and media-based platform, right? It's a safe space for women and men to unpack love, heartbreak, healing, and growth through real dialogue and authentic conversation. At the heart of this movement and its creator is our host, Andrew Simone, a Chicago-based native, Lord, not Arthur, that's not his name, author, creative director, and HR professional. Join us in welcoming and Andrea Simone.
Hey, y'all. What's going on? Listen, before we start, I have to introduce the best cast and crew on the south side of this town, okay? So, first out here, from the second season of the men's series, all the way from Dalton, Illinois, I want to introduce your favorite railroader, Timothy Clemens. Give him a little clap. Do a two-step. Do a two-step. Do a two-step. Do a two-step. Thank you. All right, y'all. We need a little bit more energy. Okay, so clap it up now. Clap it up now. Clap it up now. Here we go. Here we go. From the first season of the women's series, your favorite celebrity hairstylist, I want to introduce to you Jolie Evans. Hey, shimmy it. Shimmy it. Shimmy it. All right, guys, from the second season of the men's series, it's your number one vibe curator and fitness ambassador. I want you all to give a warm welcome to Damon Alexander. Yes, yes. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. And last but not least, from the first season of the women's series, this is the best speech pathologist on this side of town. I want you all to give it up for Ashley Riddle. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Thank you for being here. So welcome. Thank you, guys. I am so excited to be here. We can cut the music now. Listen, I'm so excited to be here. Welcome, everybody. I want to give a special thanks to the people and the organizations involved in having me here today. A special thanks to Donna Sinclair, who is the Deputy Director of Linkage Services of the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, Northern Bureau. We have Mickey V of MVP Studio and Spa. She's sitting right over here. She's had a demonstration out in the front if you all didn't get a chance to see it. And also to Sandy Ann Solis, okay? She's the National President of Spark United. Come on out and give a wave. I want to thank them for having us here. Spark United is an organization dedicated to breaking down barriers for women in wellness, okay? And a year ago, it was on my spirit to gather women together for us to talk about things that we have been going through in an effort to heal from things that we had left unsaid. And 1 year ago, we filmed the women's series. So these ladies joined me. We moved on to filming the second series, which was for the men. And it aired in February featuring Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. We would not have any idea the impact that it would have. We just wanted to gather, okay? And I'm so excited to just say to this day, collectively across the brand, it has had over 100,000 views and over 300,000 impressions organically. Thank you. So it is my heart's echo for the Healing Social to serve organizations like Spark United, who really make a place for women and girls to feel safe, seen, and supported. And that's what we're about in building community, okay, for reflection towards healing and growth. So I just want to give a special thanks. Let's clap it up for them again. Okay, so we're going to get into the segment. I have a few ground rules, though, all right? Now, family, I'm going to talk back to you. I'm going to talk to you. I need you to talk back. Do we got it?
Yeah.
Say got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
got it.
all right. Number one, the first ground rule is this. If it's funny to you, laugh. Loudly. Loudly. Okay, listen, we're filming. All right, we need sound bits. We gotta look like we're having fun around here, okay? So if it's funny, laugh. All right. Second one is if it's clap worthy, clap. Yes, loudly. We are filming. We need sound bits, okay? We have to look like we're having a good time. Okay, we got it? All right, number 3. If it can be felt, go ahead and feel it. When we filmed, this was a very powerful series, a very powerful and emotional series, and these individuals joined me and they shared themselves in a way that they had not before. So we never know the direction of the conversation. We never know. We might laugh in here, we might be triggered, we might have a little cry. We never know. So if it can be felt, go ahead and feel it. And the fourth one is we are storytellers. We're sensitive about our ish, okay? So receive us. It is a very difficult thing for people to come in front of strangers and to share themselves in a way that's very intimate and personal. And so we ask that you all receive us with care and reflection and connection, okay? Okay? All right, so if you're ready for the show, I want you to say, spark the convo. Spark the convo. A little louder, please.
Spark the convo.
All right, I'm your host, Andrea Simone, and the Healing Social Live show starts now. Okay, friends.
Close to you.
I'm sorry. Take space.
Don't get close to me, though.
Now listen.
Move over a little bit. Let me separate our chairs. No, I'm just joking.
You want to touch my leg a little bit?
Okay, listen, friends. So we have a bit of a dilemma across the generations, not just ours, but across the generations. And it would seem that in today's society, we're having a bit of a connection issue. We're having a bit of a hard time finding authentic connection.
Yes.
And it actually led me to ask the question, if we are truly looking for it. Are we truly looking for it or not? So, before the show started, you all had a QR code, and I posed the question, would you rather heal or be held? 20 of you all responded to it, and 16 of you all said you'd rather be healed. 4 of you said you'd rather be held. Let's start the convo.
All right, so I'm going to be honest. I think we really do want to be healed, but circumstances sometimes don't allow that.
Say it again.
And so while I would love to say, yes, I want to be healed, absolutely. But during them lonely days and nights, you really want to be held, right? And so sometimes it's hard to be honest with people and just say, hey, I'm in a vulnerable state right now. I ultimately want to be healed, but I'm a little vulnerable right now, or I'm a little weak. So I may prefer to be held, which may get me in some situations that are not the best.
Not the best.
And you have to live with your consequences.
That was good reflection.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
Damon.
I mean, so I look at it like this. If you are wanting to be held and you're broken, then, you being held is a temporary fix. It's almost like a person with a problem. You got these problems, but you resort to alcohol or drugs, because once that high comes down, them problems still there waiting for you. Yeah. Listen, rent still due. You know what I'm saying? Am I keeping it a buck? So I say I'd rather be
The person who holding you gonna pay the rent.
It depends.
I ain't met a woman like that yet. No, I'm just joking. But no. So I'd rather be healed, because I know if I'm healed, I can do a lot of holding, and I can be held a lot if I'm healed. Ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing gonna happen where it's gonna be a breakdown. Because if you are just being held and you are not healed, at some point there's gonna be a breakdown, or something is going to interrupt that being held moment, because you're gonna break down, or something is going to break down in that relationship or that situationship, whatever you got going on. Just as Damon's 2 cents. Sorry, and I'm out.
I loved it. Jolisa.
So so I'm a hairstylist. Whenever I'm behind a chair and someone is telling me interesting, maybe asinine type story about the person that they're dealing with, I literally always say, "Well, girl, I don't know, but I can't hold you at night." And so I say that because in certain situations, I think that the fear of being alone and actually listening to yourself overtakes what you know you should or should not be doing with your partner.
Tim?
Well, I'm all about healing. But when people talk about healing, I think they forget about all the work it takes to heal.
Yeah.
Tell us about
I think a lot of us, that's loaded. I think a lot of us shy away from the work it takes to heal. You know, I think once you are working to heal, you don't have time to be healed. I'm putting in work. I'm locked in. My goals are set. I'm locked in on what I'm doing, what's best for me, so I can be the best version of myself. Like Damon said, then me being healed, I can hold whoever I want to hold. Then I'm in my right state of mind. But from that point, you can't do it. You know, so I think a lot of us are in situationships or being manipulated because you aren't healed. And I think a lot of us have forgotten about what's important is that if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of you?
Amen.
That's true.
Come on, bring the church.
That's true.
That's church right there, boy. That's church.
Yeah, and I mean, alongside with that, I mean, where's your relationship with God? You know, if you're talking about healing,
Ooh.
you can't heal outside of God. Let me say that for you, first of all.
You're gonna offend. Hey, you about to offend some people right
I'm
now.
not trying to.
The atheists is in here
I
gonna
can
walk
offend you all
out.
you want. I want to help you, but you can't heal outside of God.
Come on,
tried
man.
it so many times. I've tried it. It's not gonna work. You're looking at someone who is not healed, but I'm healing. It's a constant for me.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to where I want to be at just yet, but I'm working so hard at it.
I love that. I have a follow-up question for you all, specifically for the men. What does it look like when you're healing?
You want to take that on, Tim?
Just wondering. Give us a story.
Give him a second to process. Now I gotta come off the dome. Okay, let me see. So, what does it look like when we're healing?
You can think about it if you need a moment.
Can I get a drink too?
No.
No. Okay. I think for me, what it looks like when you're healing is being accountable. For different things that you may have done. Not only to yourself but to others. So like when you're hurt or you're broken, you don't realize how much you lash out or you hurt other people.
Man,
And this is, I'm not the pot. Well, I am the pot calling the kettle black. But what I'm saying is I've been there, so I know what it's like to be broken and take things out on others and not even know that I'm doing it. Right. So you said you want a story? I'm gonna give you a quick story.
Give us a story.
All right, so post of me separating from my ex-wife in 2018. I dated a young lady, right? So I'm thinking I'm good, because I'm over my ex-wife. I'm dating a young lady, whatever. And in that time of dating her, I went through a situation where I'm still currently fighting through for my children. I have 2 sons with my ex-wife. So being separated from my sons, I didn't realize that subconsciously I started hurting the current girl that I was dating. The things that I was doing in the beginning before the things happened with the kids, the flowers, calling, doing the little things, I stopped doing that. She would call me, I'm out with my guys, I ain't answering, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm hurting her and not knowing because I'm hurting and I'm not healed. I wasn't even healing at that person. I was hurting. So not to digress from your question, you asked how does it look like when we're healing, correct? I think, like I said, it's being accountable for your actions that you do to others. Having that look in the mirror conversation. When you look yourself in the mirror and you hold yourself accountable, like, listen, you can't keep going on this way if you want to be better. You got to heal. You got to break down those barriers. You got to break down those things that are holding you down, whatever weights those are, whatever weights that's pulling you back into that depression or whatever situation that you're going through. You have to release those things And once you've released those things, you can be better not only for yourself, but for others.
So would you say in that moment you needed to be held?
Yeah, but you're not spooning me, though. I ain't the little spoon. I am not going to be the little spoon. But yes.
Tim, what does it look like when you're healing?
The start of it was very chaotic. It was chaos. It was me in a very down, bad place that I didn't know how to get out of almost. It was kind of like drowning. You know, when it was like, I'm doing everything I can to swim to the top, but I'm not moving, I'm still sinking. And all that fighting I'm doing, I'm just making it worse. So what I had to learn to do was I had to learn to just be still.
Isolation.
Once I was actually still and I was by myself for a little while, that's when I began to do the work on myself because I had blocked out all the noise. And then I began my healing journey, you know, but if the situation I was in was completely chaotic. You know, I had took her through some things that I shouldn't have because I wasn't in the right state of mind to be who she needed me to be, who I needed myself to be, you know. So a person on the healing journey could look like they got it one day, and the next day like they ain't got it, you know, because it's a process, you know.
Come on.
I don't want anyone in this room to feel like just because a person says they're healed, they don't fail certain tests sometimes, you know. Healing is a process. It's continuous. It's not something you just arrive to and you just stay there and you never fall. No, you're going to fall, but you got to get back up. You got to keep going. That's what healing looks like. I think a lot of us shy away from that we think that a person, oh, you said you was healed, you want to do that no more. Calm down. I know you triggered. Let's not throw these words around. We get real triggered real easily nowadays, but we are also sensitive because of what we've been through. I'm not downplaying anybody's situation. I'm just telling you what I've been through. I can only speak from my experiences. A person is healing could look like anything. A guy that you dating or a guy you might want to pursue might like he got it all together, but inside he's messed up. Same thing for a woman, fellas. She might like she got it all together, but on the inside she messed up. So what you have to learn how to do is be still and wait for people to show you who they really are. In that moment, then you can know what healing looks like. Like, you know what? They're going through something. I'm going to give them a pass. I'm going to give them grace. That's what I learned how to do.
Grace.
Learn how to give myself grace and other people grace. Because if you don't, you're going to be upset a lot.
Come on, Pastor Tim. Lord.
Pastor Tim doesn't know he's in ministry.
Listen, we're going to have a third offering
Hasn't
right
arrived
now.
in ministry yet, but he's on his way. Give it up for the deacon. What does healing look like, guys?
Whenever I think about healing, I think about like, have you ever like burned yourself? And like the minute it starts healing, it's super ugly, it's super itchy, it's scaly, it's dark, it's all these things. And you have like a whole process that you have to go through for this burn to heal. And then the scab finally falls off. And you like, oh, okay, it's almost there, but it's not the same skin as it was before. It's new, it's pink,
Sensitive.
it's open, it's sensitive. You can't touch it. You can't get too close to heat again because it'll burn it even easier. So to me, when I think about healing, especially emotionally, that's what I compare it to. Like, I burned myself a million times. That's what it feels like, but emotionally.
Do you need to be held while you're healing?
No, because I be having nice sweats. I'm a woman of a certain age. Don't, please. No cuddles.
Night sweats.
Listen now, you must listen to understand.
You got to put your leg out the cover. That's the black thing. You put that leg out the cover, you good.
Stand, the window open, the heat on 68, please. And if you cold, go put on socks. Don't hold me, please.
Ashley, what does healing look like?
So for someone who pretty much hides behind everything, I bottle everything up. I think healing for me is acknowledging what's going on with me, acknowledging what I'm trying to mask, and putting it out in the open. And once I'm able to do that, then I'm able to take things head on. I think for me, to process a lot, I kind of business as usual. Something happens to me, I tuck it away, keep going, business as usual. And so I was talking to my therapist one day, and I was on a rant, like da 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 da. And she was like, "I have one question for you." And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Why have you been holding all of that in? Like, what?" She was like, "You are in a very toxic cycle of just holding on to things.
You not say the T word.
Serving others, not putting yourself first. And so sometimes healing is letting go of people, letting go of things. Sometimes healing is also seeing yourself the way God sees you, right? Because sometimes you don't feel as strong, you don't feel as beautiful, you don't feel as accomplished, right? But God tells me that I am beautiful, I am rich, I am strong, I am smart, I am brilliant. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. You know what I mean? So when you start seeing yourself the way that God sees you, you're going to cut out a lot of foolery, right? So healing, it can be lonely because once you start cutting off those 3 a.m. text messages or those what you doing calls or those, you end up being hello beautiful, good morning beautiful, grand rising and all that. Once you cut those
Grand Rising Queen to death.
I like the Grand Rising Queens. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
my
I like
God.
it.
Oh, you toxic as hell.
I love it.
but once you, just
Any hoteps in the building for my good sis.
but once you, kind of put yourself first, and that's what healing is looking like for me, is just setting those boundaries and putting myself first, acknowledging the hurt, and dealing with those issues head on instead of tucking them away.
That's good.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, so how much of, because I know I feel it, how much do you think that like societal pressure on Black women to be excellent is involved in that?
Okay, so another
Excellent.
thing, I was talking to my therapist about this too. So as the oldest daughter, I felt like my childhood was not a typical childhood, right? My mom was a working mom, single mom, and I had 2 siblings. So at the age of 9, I was pretty much helping her take care of a house, right? And the only thing I've ever seen my mom do is work, work, work. My grandmother work, work, work. My aunt work, work, work. And so for me, the only thing I knew was to work, work, work. We don't have time to be sad. You don't have time to feel overwhelmed. You don't have time to feel stressed. You work, you work, you work. And so as I got older, that's the only thing I knew to do. I didn't have time to be sad. I didn't have time to feel stressed. It's like, you gotta write this paper. you gotta take care of your bills.
You get stressed out and you be like, let me go back to school.
Let me go.
Let me get another certification.
I've been in school
Every
since,
Black woman is going to level up.
Yeah, I've been in
they're
school
stressed.
since like daycare. Okay,
Every woman. And I'm not going to
I ain't never going back to school, boy.
It to Black.
yeah, I'm a professional student, but
I ain't paying my student loans. I'm like, no.
But yeah, so I mean, society tells you that Black women are to be strong and nothing but strong. And so sometimes you don't know how to be vulnerable or take on your problems and actually fix them so that you can be healed. And so sometimes you settle for being held.
That's good. Now, I didn't answer the question myself. And that's because I didn't want to be honest.
You want to be healed.
I met a man once. And I didn't want to be healed. I met a man once. I didn't want to be healed. I was going down in purgatory. I was going down.
Mary J. Blast got it.
I was. Needed to be held. But see, the question is a bit of a double entendre. And here's why. Because touch isn't just affection. It's actually regulation. Think about that. It is human regulation. And science actually tells us that humans actually need to physically be touched a certain amount of times a day in order to feel healthy. Minimally 4 for survival, 8 to maintain, 12 for growth. That's how many touches that science says that we actually need in order to feel
I got some
to
work
be
to do.
healthy.
I'm not right. What is 20 on the list?
And why? Why is that? Because touch actually releases a hormone, oxytocin, right? It's a bonding hormone. It lowers stress. It slows your heart rate. And so sometimes touch is our reassurance that we actually are not alone, that we belong. And that's kind of why we seek it, right? So when you ask, do you want to be healed or do you want to be held? You're thinking about whether or not you should stay in a toxic situation or if you should leave.
Don't start.
But science says touch is a part of the healing.
What?
Not in the toxic situations.
Okay.
Not in the toxic situations, right? So the kind of healing that makes you feel safe, the kind of healing that emotionally regulates, right? And so we actually do need to be held. And we need to be held while we're healing, but we need to choose the safe one. The choice is whether we stay in a situation that's going to cost us, or if we stay in a situation that's going to bring us peace, right? And so, you know, it's a good question to kind of think about, because all the while, I mean, every one of us has been in a situation we should have never been in, but
Never.
we were looking for belonging. And a lot of us take that and we're shamed about it. And we do need to be better. We have to be healthier. But your natural inclination is to connect. And it is to be held. It is to be touched. And so it was a bit of a double entendre. I tricked you guys with this question. I tricked you. But it brings me to our next segment, okay? Which is a game that I really want to play with you all. And this is where I have a little bit of audience participation, all right? So this game is called Facts or Cap. I am going to yell out a statement, and you all are going to let me know if you think it's fact or if you think it's false cap, okay? Okay, family? All right, because we need sound bits. All right, let's practice one, okay? Let's practice.
Tim is fine.
Cap.
You tried it.
Damn, you just threw yourself out there, huh?
You know, it's at least one person in here that likes it. Come on, give it up for
There you go,
Ariel in the
baby.
back.
My baby
That's
back there, that's
his
fine.
lovely fiance.
Yeah, that's right.
Mother of his 2 children.
Come on.
All right, fat meat is greasy. Facts. Fire is hot.
Facts.
Okay, we getting the picture. You all get the picture. We ready to play?
Wait a minute. God is good.
All the time.
There we go. I just want to make sure y'all Negroes is on the same page. All right.
Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to yell out the statement. Time apart always brings clarity.
Cap.
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 Why?
Cap.
Why?
What?
Because when you apart, somebody can slip in.
Cap. That was.
Ain't no
That's
apart.
not the. That wasn't
Apart
the
is me in
statement.
one room and you in the other room. That's
Yeah.
apart.
That wasn't. No. That wasn't the statement. Read it again.
Time apart always brings clarity.
So time apart could be me going to the grocery store. You know what I mean? It doesn't specify time apart. So I'm
You're
gonna
trying to
say
trick me
that's
again.
facts. I'm gonna say fact. That's a fact.
Yo, Cap.
Audience.
Facts.
Thank you.
Jaleesa. But time apart always brings clarity.
Doesn't always bring clarity, because sometimes time apart will have you missing somebody you really don't even care about.
Come on.
Drops mic.
Come on.
Crickets.
Hey,
Yeah,
Damon, what do you
nobody
think
say
about
nothing.
this?
I think it's cap. I mean, yeah, you might have some time to think, and I don't think you get necessary clarity when you're away from your significant other or your situationship. But I think time apart makes you want to be around that person even more. You know, you get a little space, like you doing your thing with the fellas. You do she does a girls trip when she come home, but they tell your girls you ain't gonna talk to them for a week. We about to stay in the room. Let the hey, we can order the kids Uber Eats. They know how to use the bathroom. They good. They ain't got school this week either.
Mandated
All right, David.
reporters in here. I don't think you need to say that out loud again.
All right. We do got mandated reporters in?
Right now on the panel.
She said absolutely. Okay.
It's a doctor in the bag. Like,
All right.
shh, be quiet.
What's up, Doc? But no, real talk though. I think this cap just because I don't think it makes you get clarity. I do think that time apart does make you fonder for the significant other that you with, depending on your situation. So I will say that.
So I don't know if I necessarily agree with it or disagree.
Okay. Look at you riding the fence.
I met a man once.
Light
I
cigarette.
like that.
Met a man once. I have many stories.
Light cigarette.
Met a man once, and time apart was, you know, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was It was sickening, almost.
Any clarity?
Any clarity? That was my question.
Absolutely not.
None.
There was no clarity in it.
That aids to
There
my
was
point.
no clarity in it.
Ask her best friend. None.
But I want to bring some science into it. Okay, here's what psychology says about this, guys. This is CAP. And because distance without introspection, it just activates avoidant coping. Right?
Say that again.
Distance without introspection just activates avoidant coping. She's bothered. If you guys haven't seen, we have signs up here. If we're a bit bothered, we hold them up. She's bothered by the statement.
I
She
didn't know
does
we
not
started
agree.
that portion of the show yet.
It says studies on emotional regulation show that avoidance maintains distress because it blocks emotional processing. Think about that. But it depends on what it is, sure. It says space alone doesn't always heal, but reflection during that space does.
What do you have to say, Doc?
I'm sorry.
And then I knew.
Well, see,
Amen.
if, as a spiritual person, if God told you to run, then you have to run. You have to leave immediately, and that's the answer. And that's the answer.
Obedience.
Obedience.
Obedience in those moments.
Obedience in those moments. Because truly, if it's meant to come back around, then it won't be missed. It won't be missed. And so, to your point, you're completely right. And I stand on the side of obedience, even if I haven't always been obedient. Right? All right. All right.
Amen. Amen.
That was just to warm us up. All right. So the next statement. All right. I'm just protecting my peace.
That's cap.
Facts or cap? Let me get a little audience.
It's cap.
Cap.
So Cap, so toxic.
Why?
But what standpoint are we speaking this from? Are we speaking from a relationship, a friendship, or what? Just
Whatever
generalized?
standpoint you would love to speak from.
A person shouldn't let anything or anyone interrupt their internal peace.
Amen.
I should be able to walk in the middle of any chaotic situation and still maintain my peace. Now, that don't mean I ain't gonna be frustrated, but I'm not gonna get all out of my character and start swinging on people and acting crazy, but I'm gonna maintain my peace no matter what the situation may be. But I'm not gonna tell someone I'm just trying to protect my peace. That's cap. That's cap.
Damon?
Well, Tim said it pretty good there. I'm just gonna sit back there. No, I agree with him 100%. Like I'm a firm believer in you control your peace. So like I like to tell people a lot of times, control the stuff you can control. So if something chaotic, you lose your job, they fire you, your car breaks down, your teacher, your kid's teacher is going in on them or whatever it is. That's stuff you cannot control. You can't. If that interrupts your peace, you can't control that. But you can control how you react to it, though. Like, so, yeah, in that moment, I'm never going to tell anybody not to be emotional or in your feelings in that moment, but you can process that, take that, okay, man, my car broke down. I got to figure out what to do. What's the next move? I can't interrupt my peace because I still got to go to work tomorrow. Yeah. I still got to feed these kids. You know what I'm saying? I still got to make this bread. I still got to pay this mortgage, whatever it is. So you control how your peace is. I 100% believe that. Even the people that come in your space, I don't want toxic people. Well, don't talk to toxic people. It's simple. Like I don't surround myself around negative, nasty people. You can't even breathe around me. I'm keeping it a buck. Like everybody in my life, mother, father, brothers. No, I'm silly. Brother, sister, my lady, anybody in my life are all positive people. They're never going to bring me down. Now, they can keep it a buck with me. That's different. Constructive criticism is different. But they're never going to be negative, tear me down people. Oh, man, why the sun out today? You know what I'm saying? Why Jesus let it rain? Why the Bears lose? You know, come on. The Bears suck. That's why they lost.
Chill, bro. Chill.
I'm just saying, I'm a Bears fan, but I got to keep it a buck. But you can control your own peace. That's all I'm saying.
We
all
have
right.
Bears fans in the back.
I'm a Bears fan too when they win.
Don't get attacked. Ladies, I'm protecting my peace
It's
Get thee behind me.
listen, when somebody tells me that I have two thoughts, number one, are not accountable. So to avoid accountability, you're gonna say that I'm wrecking your peace, I'm whatever, I need to be your peace, I'm not your peace. Because you're trying to avoid the accountability. Also, it lets me know that they have like avoided attachment and avoided communication style. So instead of you hashing it out like an adult, I gotta protect my peace. Because so often I've heard that after I react or respond to a way that you had me messed up. So,
Ashley.
I agree with Jolisa and Damon as well. I've called people on the phone on my way home, and everything they've said is a complaint or that they upset about something, unhappy, and I just go, okay, well, you know what, you enjoy your day. I'm gonna finish my drive on home because I'm in a good space. And so I do the same thing as Damon. I don't surround myself with anybody that's like complaining all the time, unhappy all the time, because we create those situations. And 9 times out of 10, if you're upset, disgruntled, or you created that situation for yourself, so you're not going to drag me into that. So that whole I'm protecting my peace, it's almost like when people are always yelling, I'm grown, and you know they're very immature because you wouldn't have to say that you're grown if you're really grown. So that I'm protecting my peace, you toxic, you chaotic. So the fact that you're saying that, it just lets me know that,
everything I need to know about you.
So I just move around.
So guys, it's actually cap. You all are on the money with it. Here's what psychology says, and you may agree or disagree, that often this is an emotional avoidance disguised as healing. Right? So it says, according to trauma psychology, when people experience prolonged stress, they may use emotional numbing to avoid the reactivation. Right? So the protecting my peace could be to avoid accountability, to avoid a scenario. It's actually a criteria on a scale when they're evaluating PTSD. This is a question on that scale, right? So what it says is that real peace feels open. It's not shut out. Real peace is open. It's not shut out. It's something to think about. Something to think about. All right, let me go on to the next one. Healing means I'll never relapse. Facts or cap?
Cap.
Big cap.
Big cap. Why?
We're human. And we're human.
And if a 6'4" chocolate, tatted, bearded walk past me, I might just,
A man.
Resistance.
A man. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cap all day.
Why?
Some mistakes feel good.
Wait, what did you say?
Honesty in the building. Come on now.
Wait.
Have y'all ever met a person?
Wait, what did you say? I didn't hear what she said for real.
Honesty in the building.
Oh, some mistakes feel good.
Feel good.
Oh,
Say it
okay.
again.
Some mistakes feel good.
Some mistakes feel good.
All right.
In the moment.
How long is the moment lasting?
I don't know. Do we work it out?
Wait. So let's pause right. Let's put it in park for a second.
Come on.
Put it in park for a second. Just give me a second.
Put the parking brake on too.
What's the criteria of a mistake? A mistake is something that happens once, twice, or are we making choices?
What was the question? Read the question.
Well, the statement, was.
What was the statement?
Healing means I'll never relapse.
So that's why I said you can never say never. And sometimes we find ourselves in situations that are similar because we're not thinking about what could happen tomorrow or the consequences that I might suffer months from now. Sometimes you are looking for an immediate gratification, right? That instant gratification. And so although I am on my healing journey and we are striving to be better, sometimes certain situations may trip you up a little bit.
It depends on the situation. Because where I'm at with God, I'll never make that mistake again.
Never say never. And it depends on what, I'm sure it depends on what mistake.
I'll never make that mistake again. I'll never put.
Okay. Let the man of God said what he said.
I
He
will
said what he
never-
said.
The reason
on the
being,
mistake.
the reason I can say that is because I'm not in control of it. I've given it to God. at that point, right? So I'm not in control of it anymore. Now, what choices I decide to make are on me, but I know in my mind, God's not going to put anything in front of me that I can't handle already.
Come
right?
on.
So,
Come on.
so a mistake isn't in my mind at all because I know I value what I have. So to have a mistake again could never happen to me.
Amen.
Well, I'm pretty sure it depends on what mistake we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Because it's,
Absolutely.
I feel like you're speaking from a specific mistake.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there are specific mistakes
That
that
I would
made
never-
that
yeah,
I would never do
That's what I'm
again.
saying, right. Okay,
That
so we in agreement.
6'4", tatted, dread. That's a mistake that I will never do again.
Have you all ever met a person?
That's
I might. I
Yeah.
got some more healing to do.
My mistake I'll never do again resides in Hammond, Indiana. I would never do that
Oh my God.
with my sons.
She might see this.
I hope she does.
Yo,
Wow.
cut that out the video, please.
Edit it.
Are you listening out there? Are you watching?
Where the editors at?
You were my mistake that I would never do again. I love you, boys. But
Jesus,
but
we gonna pray for him,
hold
y'all.
on, and I'm gonna give my little interjection real quick. So I agree with what you guys are saying. Tim, I'm kind of on the fence slightly, not a whole lot, slightly, just because I feel like it's almost like, by a show of hands, who's in here are Christians, consider themselves a Christian, right?
Our people.
All right, the rest of you atheists. No, somebody might be,
don't
but
shame.
I'm just joking.
We don't
joking.
shame.
We don't do religion. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. So it's almost like being a Christian. That's an everyday journey. That's an everyday struggle.
Absolutely.
So we make mistakes daily as Christians. So like, think about it. You driving down the expressway, somebody cut you off. What you do? You cuss them out, right? Or you flip the bird at them. That's not Christian-like.
It sure isn't.
And you say you would never do that again, but it's
I didn't say
a
that one.
day. But that's why I
sorry
said
to my son.
that's
almost
why I
every
say
day.
it's a daily journey. Every day you wake up, you be like, all right, you're not going like in some hard no. So it's like you say, it's certain things you're not going to do again. If you were alcoholic and you achieved sobriety and you were 5+ years sober, you're not going to do that again. It's potential for you to do it again, but you're not going to do it again. But small things in our lives that we say we're not going to go back and do. So like I said, flipping the bird at somebody, or what I'm saying, I ain't gonna yell at my kid for doing something stupid. Whatever it is, those are daily journeys and daily battles that we work on ourselves with to be better in. So you can't say all mistakes that you're never going to make again, because there's a possibility you may make it again.
I agree with you on that, but
That's
there are
all I'm
certain
saying.
situations, yet
Yes.
still,
Yes.
yet and still, there are certain situations you
Yes.
know you would never do again.
Hammond, Indiana. I told you I would never do that again.
If you know who walked in the room right now, you wouldn't do it again,
Yeah.
and you know
Ooh.
it was a mistake. Would you do it again?
That sounds like a Tito's night.
Yo,
No.
but I do have a caveat to that. I was always told we repeat what we don't repair. So I live by that. If you don't want to repeat it, you better repair it. You better repair the mindset that you was in that caused you to make said mistake. So it's not, it's healing, but it's also very minute, like identifying what about you, what about that situation caused you to respond the way in which
Absolutely,
you
that sounds
responded.
like accountability.
Yeah, for real.
Ooh, be careful. Woman afraid of that word. I know it's a room.
Let me move over.
Careful. Be
I don't want to get shot.
So listen, guys.
Hey,
Listen, friends.
I'm not trying to start a gender war in here.
It's too late.
I can only speak to what she said. What she said sounded like accountability, did it not?
Yeah.
Did it not sound like that? Did I say something wrong?
Yeah, it was.
A lot of y'all upset. Y'all look mad right now, but what she said sounds like
No, it was
accountability.
the slick comment you made after.
Tim,
You wasn't mad at what you said. It was
hey, I think that's an exit right there. You can use that exit. Tell your lady to start the car.
There you go.
So, friends, actually, I'm pleased by the conversation. Really? Because it's Cap, right? So, if I give you all psychology, it says we all know that healing is not linear, right? And what it says is that the brain has habit loops, meaning that any behaviors can resurface under stress. Any behaviors. So you can go a prolonged period of time never having done a thing and be under distress, and that brain will attempt to loop. And I was having a conversation, was I not, friend, with you the other day, when I said,
we have to be careful on how we judge and how harsh we are, even with our own friends, when we're watching our friends or ourselves repeat behaviors that we thought we had grown from. Because 9 times out of 10, it's really a signal for us to say, this, my friend is in distress. My friend might be in distress because she's looping. And we had this conversation the other day where I held myself accountable in being overly stressed.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I held myself accountable, friend.
I'm proud of you.
I held myself accountable to my friend, and I said, man, I've grown from this behavior, but I'm recognizing that I have an inner child that has not healed in certain areas.
So what she said was valid to repair it, right?
We repeat what we don't repair.
Right? You were about to repeat it, right? But it sounds like you had some growth in there, which helps you repair it.
Well, sometimes the growth happens after the loop.
Thank God it didn't this time.
No, I didn't say it didn't.
Oh, Lord.
I did not say it didn't.
Lights up a cigarette, huh?
Lights the cigarette, okay?
Okay. You human. You human.
Sometimes the growth happens after the loop, but growth is a part of the process, and the process is the process. And so the process is to learn why. It's the awareness of it. And so when we look at this, it says that having self-compassion improves recovery more than shame. And what we're here to do is eliminate shame. All right?
That's very powerful. I didn't think about the stress in the situation. That's thinking about it now and referencing things is got my mind thinking like, wow, like what if I reach that low again? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm still gonna stand on never, but you just, now you like, man.
And when you bring awareness to it, the people around you that love you or the people around you that know you can say, you're in an old habit. You are looping. Your brain is looping. History is repeating.
How did you come to this though?
Psychology says it. It's science to it, guys. And that's what we're here to bring awareness to, right? Because sometimes we think we're just going through things and it's us.
Right.
And it's psychological, it's biological. And some of the things, if you can bring awareness to it, you can really understand. And when you have a good support system, you have good resources. I don't have a therapist right now, and I know I need it. That's why I created the Healing Social. And so that's why we want to bring awareness to this particular
But I also, and one more point to that, I also feel like it's important once you recognize that you have a behavioral loop, this is a person who has recognized it within myself, it's important to give yourself tools so that you don't go back down the same path. So like my thing is like I ground myself and then I say like 5 things I could hear, 4 things I could see, 3 things I could smell, 2 things I could taste, 1 thing. So like that kind of thing, just to like ground yourself in the moment. And it literally is a hard reset on your brain. You should try it. It's a very like small tool, but I use it often. I've suffered with anxiety and depression for a long time. And so when I feel myself getting wound up, getting anxious, that's one of the tools I use. So if you notice that you have a behavior loop, stop yourself and just you can Google it. Find little things that you can do that are less than 30 seconds that'll pull you back to the moment, ground you.
I love that. Let's clap it up for her. I love that because as we're talking about psychology or we're talking about science, it's really just important to deep dive in that, right? And sometimes we don't have people to deep dive with that or have buddies to talk about it with. But if I was to go deeper into what you were saying, in quantum physics, right, there is something called the observer effect, right? And in that, when they study particles, right, they behave differently when they are being observed, when you bring awareness to it, right? So when they aren't being observed, they are moving as waves, they are uncertain, they are full of potential, they're fluid. But the minute that they're actually being observed, they collapse into a fixed position, right? It forces them to decide what to be. And that's what you were talking about right now.
Okay, I'm smart or whatever.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. So when we bring into awareness what it is that we have, those are the things that we need to heal. And so that's why prayer works. That's why therapy works. That's why forms of meditation work. When you can observe yourself, you can actually have change. All right, family? Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, so let's go. Let me hit two more because I really like these. Touch can feel as addictive as a hit of cocaine. Facts or cap? Facts.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's facts. Unfortunate.
That is facts.
I feel like I should just read that one. I
Go
don't even
ahead.
know if we want to dissect it.
Oh yeah, because it depends
Because
on
we've
what
all
type
met
of
a person.
a touch you talking about there, sister. Not just hands, huh?
Make me feel good.
Talking about genital touch, huh?
Keep it PG,
Hey, it's-
family. Keep it PG.
I didn't say the names of the parts. I said genitals is PG. Come on now.
Lord.
We are. There's people in here with kids. Don't try to act all stuck up now. Come on.
We're all adults. But yes, that's facts, y'all. That's facts. Because actually, when someone hugs you or kisses you or lays next to you, and that's why you can't stop laying next to that person. You just have to understand that, okay? Your brain releases dopamine.
Make you a dope.
And that is the same chemical that fires when people do cocaine. And that's even laying next to it.
I'm sleeping next to cocaine, huh?
Yes. Yes.
That's why I can't get out of
And you must know what you
bed.
must know.
White girl.
Because I met a man once.
Are you an addict?
I'm gonna do my church finger on out. No.
So the point is that we have to start assessing what is chemical comfort versus emotional connection. Because we can all be in a little chemical comfort. Seems like y'all had a story about it, but we're going to move on. Move on for the sake of time, okay? And this is my last one. This is my last one, guys. Love is enough. Cats.
Hell no.
Ain't no way.
So there's no lover girls and lover boys in here?
No.
Hell no.
Cap.
There's no romantics?
Captain Crunch. That's Cap.
And I'm a romantic. I am, but
Me
that's
too.
bad.
Yeah.
Light skin. I'm a romantic.
We extra light skinned.
Why is it not enough?
No.
Love don't pay bills.
Love don't pay no bills.
Hell no.
Love don't pay
Life
bills.
is real.
Life is real. Love don't fill the refrigerator.
But I thought love didn't cost a thing.
It does.
Love,
Cap.
It's gonna cost you a lot of things.
Love don't answer the phone sometimes.
Love don't respect you behind your back sometimes.
Yeah.
She said you
Say
can't
that
just
again.
love them, you gotta like them.
See?
That's true.
Good luck.
I met a man once.
Oh, mercy.
I thought it was enough.
No.
I thought it was enough. Okay, right. Because relationships
out.
thrive on compatibility. We know.
Yes.
Communication.
Yes.
Yes.
And emotional regulation. We got to put the emotional regulation behind it because a lot of us are not emotionally intelligent. Amen. Amen. All right, that was the end of the game. That was the end of the game, right? So, what did we learn, family? Bring awareness. That's what we learned. That's what we learned. All right.
Don't say it. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go into the last segment of the show. And this is a bit of the audience participation point as well. When you all came in, there were no cards on the table, and we asked you all a question, and we asked you to answer that question, right? And the question, as we think about what are you looking for? How far are you willing to go to reconcile out of situationships towards authentic connection? The question that we have for you all was, what has reconciliation required from you in the past? And so, Ashley, we had a few that were just, we had all of them. They were pretty dynamic, but we chose a few to address. And if you all want to come up and give us a bit of story or give us a bit of your ideal, we'll have you come up and join us. So, Ashley, who are we starting with first?
Okay, I have Paula. Is Paula?
Did she say, oh, that's the Christian lady, too? She was speaking scripture.
Come on up here.
Come on, scripture, Paula.
Come on, give it up for Paula, guys. Give it up for Paula.
I picked Paula's because I really like that one. I like that one.
That one. Um, what has reconciliation required from you, me, Paula, in the past? Honesty, humility, letting go, or set or something else. And mine is something else. Self-awareness, especially when honoring that which no longer serves me because it shaped me to set healthy boundaries.
Miss Paula, did you have a story behind that? Or was it a statement? We will spark the convos. Paula, Miss Paula, tell us something.
All right, so I fell for love, thought I liked it,
Yes.
discovered that it did not serve me, produced a child, spent way too much time in it, sought the Lord. He heard my cry, gave me space to exit it without guilt and shame because the church made it seem like it was the wrong thing to do. In leaving it, I had to reaffirm that I was worthy because I still had to parent. And in my moments of discomfort, I'm raising a daughter. I had to teach her to honor her voice, remember her sources, and if I had the strength to impart that in her, I had to be self-aware, to be receptive of the things that I was giving. And so now, as a 30-year-old woman, she tells me, Mom, remember what you gave is what you get. And when you get it, you will know.
Oh, Miss Paula,
Just blessed us. If y'all
That
can
was
catch that.
powerful.
I hope y'all caught that. Wow.
that was powerful.
Wow.
I'd like to keep that, Miss Paula. I'll come and collect that afterwards. That was
I told
good.
you, that was good.
That was good, Miss Paula. Thank you. Thank you. Who do we have next?
Okay, so this person didn't write their name on their card. And it says, reconciliation for me has required me to come to terms with what transpired, make peace, and let go. So this was a good one. I don't know who.
Who wrote that one? Would you like to come up? It's okay. It's okay. Let's dissect that though. Let's read that again. Reconciliation for me required me to come to terms with what transpired, make peace, and let go. Anybody ever had to do that?
Absolutely. You got to come to terms with it in order to move past it sometimes. You can't keep burying things. I think a lot of us are looking for that quick fix sometimes. And I think she
And is it quick?
Oh,
not all the time.
Not all the time.
But I think she understood that you can hear the growth in the statement, you know. I'm glad you came to that light. You know, that's a beautiful thing to walk in that more importantly. You know, I think a lot of us are walking in trauma still. I think a lot of people are walking around here just okay with being dysfunctional. You know, I'm saying that again, being dysfunctional is just something normal nowadays for people to just accept. Like, this is just the way I am. People have to say me like this. No, you need to learn how to grow and be better. You know, and I was guilty of that myself. You know, I always told myself, Tim, you are a good man. You know, I'm not perfect. I am a good man. But when I met someone who challenged me to be better, I was like, what you mean? I'm good already. But no, just because you're good don't mean you can't be better. You know what I mean? That's a very beautiful statement. I'm glad you came to terms with that.
Thank you. Anybody else want to have a say on this one? Okay, let's get our next one, Ashley.
Reconciliation has required me to let go of things or issues that I cannot change. I have also learned that I cannot expect people to operate how I operate. Ooh, that's a good one.
Who wrote that one? Who wrote it? Come on up. Come on up. Come,
Don't be
sis.
scared. Don't be scared.
Spark the convo. Let's welcome her up. Big claps. Big claps. We're filming.
Make sure you state your name too.
Yes, please state your name, sis.
Bridget Willis, the realtor. If y'all looking to buy or sell, give me a call.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Better campaign.
I love that. I love
Plug
that.
it.
Better door.
I love that.
All right. So reconciliation, a lot of things that I've been through in life, I had to come to terms. Well, let me back up. So for the life of me, I couldn't understand about certain situations, why people operate the way that they do. I'm like, I don't treat people like this. I do this for people and they don't do it back. Um, so I had to learn that you cannot expect you from everybody else. And it was hard because I'm a giving person. I love people. Like, I love hard. I love strangers. I give people the shirt off of my back. I'm a very giving person. And, in certain relationships or, even with family members, I just couldn't understand, why people operated the way that they did. And, I had to, instead of being disappointed in the person and upset and everything, I had to, come to terms with, they are not me. They had a different upbringing. They operate different. That's why God made us all individual people, because we are different. So I've learned to accept that, and it has helped me to grow in my relationships, because I'm no longer walking around, disappointed, feelings hurt, feeling like, people don't care about me the way I care about them. Some people don't have the capacity to do that.
Say that again.
But God put that in me, and some people I was able to, teach that to. People have came back and said, because of my relationship with you, or whatever relationship way that they knew me, that my love has transferred over to them. So I'm just thankful for that revelation, and I'm thankful for the growth. So.
Powerful.
Yes.
Powerful.
Very powerful.
Make sure you all see her at her table.
Bye now.
At the table after this. Get to it quick. Powerful, sis. Thank you for sharing.
Hey, here's the last one. Reconciliation for me was peace. Peace to forgive, let go, and reset.
Who wrote that? We have sis in the back. Sis, would you like to come up? Come on, sis. Come, give her a round of say, spark the combo. Spark the combo.
Start the combo.
My name is Roxanne,
Hi, Miss Roxanne.
and
I understand. I understand.
There's no judgment in here.
I need to come
It's
stand with
safe
you. Come
space.
here.
for years, got married.
Congratulations.
But as we all have been through some trying times and have had experiences in our life, looking for love. As it turned out, it's never the right person. But we keep pushing forward. One thing I never did, I never gave up. But once I stopped looking,
Clap it up for that.
So in life, we have to be still sometimes. You got to be still. You know what you want, but God knows what you want. And if you trust Him, and if you just stop and be still, He'll send that right person to you. But not just in relationships, but in everything that we do, jobs, with our family, friends. Friends come and go. People that you think are you're going to be with forever, and then things happen in life, and everybody just kind of goes their separate ways. Your friends, if you have a lifelong friend, I have one friend that I've known since I was 7 years old. I have my best friend, my sister, who's here, that I've known for over 30 years. We go through it. We've been through it. Laugh, cry, but we keep, it's like, who's supposed to be in your life. People show you who they are. And as you get older, I'm 68. So as
Come on.
you get older, you're not going to have the same friends. You know? You just keep them in a lane. If they're supposed to be in your life, they will. But I had to reset. I had to forgive. And in order to forgive, I saw where, okay, I know who I am. I don't have to prove myself to anybody. I know I'm a good person, a loving person. So if you can't understand that, that's your problem, not
Okay.
mine. I'm going to keep being who I am, and I'm not going to change to fit your dynamic or what you think I should be. So the forgiving part was all the hurts that came from wherever it came from, friends, family members, whatever. You have to forgive because God forgave us. And that's the number one thing that always stayed in my head. And that gave me strength because if he could forgive the world and the people in it, why can't I? So, and then to be able to be at a point in my life where now I'm peace. Nobody can disturb my peace. I don't, whatever you got going on, girl, figure it out.
That's right. That's right.
Because I had to figure a lot of stuff out. So it's like, it's going to be okay. Whatever you need, you got to figure it out. I had to figure it out. But when I sat still and I was just still, and I said, Lord, I'm going to be still. I'm going to let you guide me. I keep asking you, but I keep doing things on my own. And it ain't working.
My God.
Because
Today.
I keep doing stuff. And all you ask me to do, if I ask you, Lord, please, Lord, you know what I need. You know my wants, my desires. You know who's good for me. But then I'm going to go out and I'm going to step out and I'm going to, oh. I'm not letting him do the work. But when I was still, it just came. Things in my life started changing. And I was able to reset.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. That was powerful. Thank you for sharing. Wow. Give it up for her one more time, please. Wow. The question itself is powerful, friends. Give me your thoughts. What has reconciliation required from you as we close this out?
The biggest thing is required for me is emotional intelligence. I had to. I'm very emotional, so I had to get myself intact, man, and not be so emotional about situations and circumstances sometimes that aren't necessarily in my control, And I think God does that on purpose sometimes, though, so I can have somebody to go to do it. Because, like she said, we ask God for something, but then we try to fix it ourselves, and that's not how faith really works. Now, it does say faith without works is dead, but that's not the work He's talking about, Speak from a spiritual standpoint of doing the spiritual work. I think a lot of us forget a lot of battles that you're fighting aren't in the natural, they're in the spirit. So reevaluate some things when you start going through stuff. Now, if the car break down because you didn't go get an oil change, that ain't got nothing to do with God. That ain't got nothing to do with God. The car ran out of gas, you didn't put no gas in the car, that ain't got nothing to do with God, right? But if there's an accident on the expressway that you avoided because you were late running out of the house, now you might want to thank God. So there's a difference. When it comes to you in situations, man and woman, be emotional intelligent. Do not react and act. And this is a constant for me. I'm still working on it myself. Do not react. Reacting is the worst thing you can do because when you react, there is no mental capacity for you to actually go off of. You're just reacting. Like if I smack him in the arm right now, he's going to feel that pain. He's reacting to it. When in actuality, if I hit him in the face, he'd be like, hold on, wait a minute, Tim. Now you're going to react to it. You know what I mean? So more importantly, just being emotional intelligent, man. That's probably the biggest thing I got from the topic right here.
Thank you, Tim. Damon?
Man, that's a loaded question for me. I guess reconciliation for me is it says in the past, but for me, it's present day. And just because I kind of trickled on something earlier about my children, that I've been going through a situation with my children. If you guys have seen our podcast, you would have seen, some of the things about me and my children. Make a long story short, and I'm not gonna go long. I have two sons from my previous marriage. That's the Hammond situation I referred to.
Hammond, man.
I'm just saying that's where they live. But I've been fighting to have a relationship with my sons for almost 6 years now. I haven't seen them in 6 years. It's a complicated situation. It's too long to talk about in this platform. But I will say this: I'm trying to reconcile with them. So that's why I say it's loaded for me. It's current. It's fresh. But to answer the question, what is required of me? It's required self-actualization. It's required truth. It's required prayer. It's required finances. It's required a lot. It's required of all of me. I would say that it's required of all of me. And I thank God that I have people in my life that have been there to pour into me, because if they weren't there, then I probably would have broken down. So, I'm thanking God for it's a tall glass of water back there, chocolate glass of water in the back right there. She don't want me to call out, but I'm gonna call out. That's the love of my life back there.
Come on,
All
give
right,
her a
that's
clap.
right,
She putting her head down.
Clap it up for her.
But if it wasn't for that woman right there pushing me, staying on me,
Come on now.
then reconciliation for me would be nothing. But it is a process. And because of her, I've stayed in that process. Because of my mother, I've stayed in that process. Because of my brothers, my sister, this brother, Tim, Andrea, the ladies, all of that is the reason that reconciliation is current and fresh for me, but it's a work in progress. I'll leave it like that.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Ladies.
Reconciliation for me has required me to recognize and understand my own self-worth and my own value I bring to relationships, friendships, even my familial relationships, and standing firm in that. So often, because I am so empathetic, I will put my needs last, and I have spent a lot of time putting myself last. And so for me, reconciling my external relationship started with reconciling my internal relationship with myself and with my creator.
Powerful.
Okay.
I'll have to piggyback on what Joe said. So for me, reconciliation starts with forgiving myself. There are some things that I've been through, and I feel like it's because of decisions that I made, of course, and sometimes you beat yourself down, over it. But I've given them to the Lord, and He forgave me, so I should forgive myself. That's the first thing. And also just acknowledging hurts. That I can't move forward if I'm steady focusing on what happened in the past. There are some people who have hurt me that I still have to put a smile on and, talk to them every day. And you kind of tuck it in your back pocket and you don't deal. And so that's not healthy. I've also sought out therapy. So I am, working on myself, and it's a journey, It's a journey, but you have to forgive yourself, and being able to forgive yourself allows you to forgive others.
Powerful.
So what about you, Miss Simone Ash, Miss starter of the Healing Social? What have you had to?
Well,
Oh boy.
Look at the cards now.
I didn't write anything. So reconciliation for me required me and is requiring me to release a lot of shame and defeat. And for me particularly, my plight has always been relationships. right? So you think you get to a certain age and you think you have this life that you want laid out, and that life doesn't happen. And a lot of other things happen in that timeline, and you think that you're a bit of a failure, or you think you have a lot of shame attached to even the behaviors that you've picked up along the way in order to cope or in order to deal. And so a lot of reconciliation for me looked like God sitting me in a corner to release shame and defeat from me. And it looked like him stripping everything away from me in this particular season, including the man that I met and the job that I have. I've been unemployed for a year. And releasing things to our knowledge about things that are going on and attacking our family, right? And so there was a lot of things that were being made aware to me, but God was sitting me in a corner for me to reconcile with myself, and for him to show me the life that he wanted for me was much better than the life I thought I had. And so this is a product of him reconciling with me and giving me something that he promised me.
Amen, amen, amen.
Powerful.
Beautiful.
And I had to be okay with that, because when you are in process, it's not easy, and it hurts, and it's ugly, and it can take a while. But God speaking to me about what this could be in just the few small sentences of gathering women together for us to talk about what we have been going through in an effort to heal was his promise in letting me know, you are the light of the world. You know, your playing small does not serve the world, and that I was born to make manifest his glory in this world. And so that's what reconciliation has meant to me.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Beautiful.
Does anybody want to come up for prayer now? We're gonna lay hands.
Open up the altar.
Get the blessed. Where's the blessed oil at?
We all on our way, but listen, that's our time, guys. I am your host, Simone Ash, Andrea.
And I'm Tim Clemens.
I'm Jolie Evans.
And I'm Damon Alexander.
Ashley Riddle.
And we are
The Healing Social.